Yeah, all right. Who's going to be the third baseman? When you last
Alex
came on...
Bregman.
Okay.
We knew that last time, right?
Yeah,
I mean, nothing's changed.
All
We
right.
haven't seen it. We haven't seen Rafael Devers play a minute of third base. And you guys just ran the clip, and I think he's now saying the right things. He's made it clear he wants to be the third baseman, but he'll do what they ask because he doesn't get to make the lineup. That's the way it works.
Do you blame Devers for his initial reaction? And, I mean, just based on everything that he was told and everything that he was here doing, I mean, I can understand it personally. It's a little weird that he said it out loud, but, I mean, from the onset, it didn't seem like the craziest reaction for a person to have.
No, it didn't. And if you listen to the team, it wasn't a conversation they had in advance because Alex Bregman told me a half hour before they signed the contract, he didn't think they were going to get the deal done with the Red Sox. So, yeah, you don't want to upset your best player and then say, oh, never mind, we didn't get the guy. You're back at third base. So you wait to have the conversation, you spring it on him, he gets to camp, he's unhappy. So, no, I'm not surprised that's his reaction. You would hope in an ideal world that, they would say, yeah, I've got nothing to say about that. We'll keep that inside. He didn't say it. He's kind of saying it now, so cooler heads prevail, I guess.
Yeah. Now, Roach was in here, and now I'll say because it's all over, but Roach was in here, and he seemed under the impression that no one in the organization was overly concerned about Devers and what he was saying. He shared this off air because it was too hot for on air. But he was you got to protect those sources. But he was hearing that no one was overly concerned about it. Is that kind of the vibe you were getting down there? Is that maybe
it is?
Yeah.
And Alex Cora made it pretty clear that at the end of the day, he's going to make the lineup. I remember when it was the day after the initial Devers press conference, and we were all talking to Cora. And somebody said, well, would it help if you had David Ortiz give him the message? And AC shot him a look. Cora was like, listen, I don't need anybody's help making my lineup or telling guys where they're going to play. It's my team. I'll tell them. And Cora's got a great relationship with these guys. It's also been really interesting watching the relationship build between Devers and Bregman. Like, they spend a lot of time together because Devers is still taking ground balls before games at third base. I do think this stuff happens in baseball. You get two guys, they play the same position, only one guy's going to play it. I don't think Devers is ever going to be really happy about not playing third base. I think that's just the reality of it. But I think he's going to figure out that they need both bats in the lineup, and this is the best way to do it.
So now you have that problem solved. Devers pretty much going to be the DH. Bregman will pretty much play third base. The other big question surrounding this team is the three top prospects. Are any of them going to make the opening day roster? And it sounds like second base is still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, and it's funny. We did the game yesterday, and before the game, Alex Cora basically said, listen, I haven't seen a whole lot of Campbell in games at second base. He hasn't had a lot of chances. Had like 5 chances this spring. And then yesterday he had 5 chances in the game, and 3 of them were tough plays. He made them all. He looked really good at second base yesterday. And I think that's the one thing they've been waiting to see. Can he make the plays repeatedly at the major league speed that he'll not need to make them at? And so I would have told you at this time yesterday that it's pretty much done. It's going to be David Hamilton. I think Christian Campbell kind of cracked open the door a little bit yesterday. I still think it's probably Hamilton because he can fill in at shortstop. Probably the only one who could really do that if you lost Story for an amount of time.
When you lose Story for a long time.
Well, there you go. Yeah, right. I mean, that history tells you that it's probably going to happen. I do think, though, Campbell's back at second base today. I think he could put in a surge here this week and maybe grab that job at the end. So it is still open, and he opened it back up yesterday.
That's interesting that it's based on these in-game performances during spring training.
But that's a good point though, because Cora says, listen, we don't go by that. Okay, we see a ton of him on the backfields. You guys don't see it. We have, all the analytics that tell us the range of motion, everything does, but that all goes out the window when you're trying to turn a double play with a guy bearing down on you at major league speed, right? You still want to see them do it. That's like the finishing piece. They're not going to make the decision based on a handful of spring training games. But you want to see everything he's doing out on the backfields. You want to see it replicated under the pressure and speed of a game, and he did that yesterday.
All right. First of all, the Dodgers are up on the Cubs 3-1. You excited about baseball getting started over there in Japan?
I was up 6 a.m. I watched the first pitch because I got no life. I'm in Florida. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're also immersed in the game, but I mean, what do you think about this opening in Japan in March?
I remember '08 when the Red Sox did it. I didn't go on the trip. Instead, I got to do a 3 a.m. pregame show in Watertown, which was great. At that point, just go to Japan. It's probably easier. Just go to Japan. It grows the game. I get it's just Patriots play the game in Germany or London. I mean, it's all part of it. You got to do it opening day because they got to have a week to come back and get back on our time. And I was talking to Jason Varitek yesterday about the '08 experience the Red Sox had. And if you remember, they went over the Dodgers and Cubs did the same thing. You go over, you play 2 exhibition games, then you play these games, right? Tech played in the first exhibition game. He said he fell sound asleep in the dugout during the second game. He says, like, when you're driving late at night, you just can't keep your eyes open. I mean, it's a lot to fly the 17 hours or whatever it is and play these games to come back. But it's good. I mean, Japan has an amazing baseball culture, a great fan base, so it's good for the game.
Yeah, I remember, I think we had Remy on weekly during that when in '08 when they went to Japan. And, did he not want to go?
No. I mean, no one wanted to go. I remember this. No one wanted to go.
And I felt sorry for him because I wouldn't want to go either. And we were like, what are you going to do? And he's like, I'll sit in the hotel. And we're like,
Jerry would sit in I spent a lot of time with Jerry on the road. And it didn't matter where you were, he'd sit in the hotel. Yeah, with the remote control, waiting for the game. But I'll tell you, my favorite story from Jerry going to Japan, he says, they got this folder from like the sports science group, how to handle this and be at your best. And rule 1 was you get on the plane, no drinking and don't sleep, right? Stay awake. And then when you get there, it'll be nighttime. You'll sleep. So he says, all right. So he gets himself all ready to do that. He gets on the plane. He said the first thing he saw was a team doctor sound asleep with a half-empty bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're not taking anything on a plane to Japan, that's like having a colonoscopy
crazy.
with no anesthesia. I mean, you're going, I'm going to be in this tube for 18 hours and I'm not going to do anything to take the edge off. There's no chance. There's no chance I would make. I've never been to Japan. I went to the London game in '19 when the Sox played the Yankees, and that wasn't nearly as bad travel-wise. But they, I don't know. Sometimes they just get it, and so make sure you can sleep 1 hour on this segment of the flight, and then say just whatever. Have a couple of beers, fall asleep, see you in London.
I'm just wondering, when you did that 3 a.m. pregame back in '08, Tom, what did they do with all the overnight programming on NESN? Did they then replay the Pocket Hose show like at 6 a.m. or after the game?
I'll speak for the corporation. I think we made good on all the agreements.
That's all the paid programming.
I think we made good. I know that I did like getting out at 10 a.m. I mean, that's like your life. That wasn't bad.
So Sox expectations for the season, they've changed for most people based on the additions, based on Bregman and
injuries in the division too.
Injuries in the division.
Right, based on what happens in New York. We're going up to Tampa in a few minutes here, Sox and Yankees today. So I'm sure people have been sleeping in tents for the tickets for the one time they face in spring training. But Cole's out for the whole year. Heel is out for half the year. They don't know what they're going to get out of Stanton. I mean, Carlos Rodon is their opening day starter. That's it was supposed to be the Yankees' division to run away with. That's not the case anymore. I think, Buster Olney, ESPN on his Baseball Tonight podcast picked the Red Sox to win the division. And I saw him a couple days ago. He's telling people he thinks they could win the pennant and go to the World Series. He thinks the pitching is that good.
Wow. Well, yeah, I'm not asking him to make a prediction, but at the very least, postseason should be in play, which is
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is a huge step, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's been 5 of the last 6 years. The one year they made the playoffs, they made it on the last day of the season. So, I mean, this is, this is what they said they would do. They built the farm system over 5 years. Now they add Bregman. Now they add Crochet. Now they add Buehler. It's a good team. I mean, the injuries have already started, right? They were talking about a 6-man rotation at the start of camp. Well, 3 guys are already going to be on the IL. So it goes away quickly, but as it stands, it's a pretty good team.
That was, I'm sorry, John, but that to me, that was like the biggest waste of a conversation during this offseason. Like, 6-man rotation, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? And I immediately said, how long is it going to be a 6-man rotation? You won't even make it till opening day when there's still 6 guys ready to go.
It's down to 3 of those 6 on opening day. Now, I'll tell you, the guy who's a really cool story to keep an eye on is Sean Newcomb. He's born in Brockton. He's from Middleborough. He pitched for the Braves a while back. He's really good with the Braves. Had a bunch of knee injuries, and last year was with Oakland, had 2 injuries. He's been the surprise of camp. His ERA is under 1, left-handed throwing guy. I think right now he's the number 5 starter when this team breaks, and nobody thought of that even 2 months ago.
Admit it, Tom. It's time to come home. You've been in Florida for too long, right?
It is. Listen, I've been saying this for years, and something just exploded behind me. Everything in Florida is trying to kill you. Like, I believe that. Yeah. The bugs, the gators, the 90-year-old drivers, the governor, like everything in Florida is trying to kill you, all right? So just getting through these 6 weeks, you have accomplished something, and it is time.
Yeah, you're in a dumpy part, too. Like, I'm going down, I'm taking my son to spring training, but I'll be in a place that you can live, like a place.
You're going East Coast.
Yeah. I'm going to Palm Beach. I'm not screwing around.
East Coast.
Yeah, I'm not going to Fort Myers. That's a dump.
But listen, I've been going to Fort Myers a long time. It's way better than it used to be. It has grown a ton. And again, we're at the ballpark all day, so it doesn't really matter where you are. But there is, you wake up someday every year, mid to late March. You wake up one morning and say, "Yeah, that's it. I'm done. It's time to get out of Florida," and we're there. And the players are there. The only reason we do it this long is the pitchers need the reps. But basically, now we're going to Mexico next week, so it's not like we're coming back to Boston. We're playing those 2 games in Monterey, and then we get started.
That's nice.
No, that'll be fun. That'll be an experience. That'll be good. And it's on the way to Dallas, so you might as well stop on the way to opening day in Texas.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. If you said you were going to like Mexico City, I'd be like, oh boy, that's no fun. But if you're
have you been to Monterey? I know nothing about Monterey.
I have not, but I know people that vacation there, and they love it. I mean, if people go on vacation there, it's got to be all right,
All right, that's good to know. Thank you.
All right, Tom.
I've been to like Cancun and Cozumel, but we're not going to play games there. So
I think Monterey might be nicer at this point. I'll have to. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I've just heard good things.
Get back to me. Let me know.
Tom, I will.
Anybody on Twitter, tell me what I should do in Monterey.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone on Twitter, just because you're all so well traveled.
People who do that. Do you not know any? Like, people go, "Hey, peeps, I'm in Boston. Where should I go?"
Yeah,
you don't know anybody who's ever been to Boston.
And everyone that's active on Twitter is such a man of the world.
Joyful conversation.
Yeah, everyone on Twitter is such a well-traveled, like sophisticant.
Yeah.
That's what all.
The first answer is don't go to Boston. Go rot in hell.
Yeah,
that would be what you get from Twitter.
So many people that are bi-coastal and they're all over the place on Twitter. They're everywhere. That's who inhabits it. All right, Tom. Thank you so much for the time, everyone. Watch him on NESN. We appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your time there in Florida. Appreciate it.
9 days to opening day.
For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.